So I came down to Skinworks today to, of course, get a tattoo, and it's literally to carry on sort of my back piece onto the top of my neck. I've had such a good time here with all the lads, massive sort of banter going on in here as well, and I've actually tattooed a fan who's came to the studio as well. We actually noticed that I was here because of the car outside, which someone posted on Instagram. What a good day. Enjoy the video, make sure you subscribe and hit the like button as well, and I would say see you in the next video, but maybe I'll be back again for another tattoo. Do you know what it is as well? It's that there's a lot of people that come up to me and be like, oh, what's your channel, this, that and the other, and I'm like, oh, meant to have a photo, it's great at a meet-on, and then there's a lot of people that see me that watch the channel but then don't come up to me, and this will be like,
what, in the inbox you after?
Yeah, it's like one of them, or they comment on my video, just seen you in Astor, or something like that, and I'm like, oh my god, what was I doing? Like, and I always get, I literally just get worried about like what would they see me like do it. So I'm well paranoid for like there's been people tagging me already with the car outside the front on Instagram.
Have they?
Yeah, and I'm thinking like, oh, okay, they see me here, whatever. But I always think, do you know when I'm on the motorway and you're like picking your nose and someone drives past you and knows the car. Or you've like in road rage or something, and they know you got in road rage with someone's mum who watches the channel or something like that.
And you're thinking you're gonna get that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah. That's it. You just get worried over like things like that. That's it.
What about if you were to be at the side of the road and block down? That'd be more embarrassing.
Oh yeah.
There are people that'll just take pictures here.
I know. There's things like. Because we are like, when my unit's open, there's been people that have like popped by or drove past or something by chance, and then they've like came in and like, you know, like they expect you to be how you are on the camera 24/7, and sometimes I'll be so busy. Like there was one day like it was mad. I was doing something with the house and was talking to the estate agent, and she was not doing me head in, and someone came in the unit, oh, what's your channel? I love it, this, that and the other. And I'm like, oh, cheers, mate.
Like your grinder in your hand.
And yeah, I didn't have time, and like, I didn't really think much of it. I thought I was okay and polite and everything, and then he went off, and then next thing he left a comment on one of my videos saying like, oh, I met Matt today, he's not as talkative as he makes out in his videos, and this, that and the other. I was like, bloody hell. I said like, sorry, I didn't mean to be like that, and you don't realise that like, he's obviously watched all the videos and expected me to have like a long chat with him, but I was just so busy. So everywhere we go for like a car event or anything like that, we're always like, right, you gotta walk around with a smile on your face and everything, because you just
in case.
Yeah, and if someone sees you for the first time, recognise you off the channel, and then you're like look like a miserable twat, they're just gonna be like, yeah, I don't like him from the start off. So it's odd, those sort of things.
Humour.
Yeah, I know, that's it, but.
No, but if you've got a car garage and you're halfway through a busy job.
I know.
You can't just like.
I think people expect, do you know, because they watch all the videos, they know everything about me. They know like my dog, my missus, my whole story, but I don't know anything about them. So they talk to me like they know me, and like sometimes I'm like, do I know this person or not? Like, do you know when like someone comes up to you and they're like a relative that you should know, or someone that you should know, and you just completely forgot the name of them? And it's like that a lot of the time when I'm talking to some people. I'm like, oh, I don't know whether I know this person or I've met him before. Or... No, it's because I were at school, and then you get to the point, I think it was like you're 16 and you have the choice, right, what are you going to do? You're going to sixth form, you're going to college, or I didn't have a fucking clue what I was going to do. I was like, what am I going to do after, like, from now? And so I was like, I'll just stay on the sixth form because everyone else was doing it. I was BMXing, but I wasn't like competing or anything like that. And then it got into sixth form, and that's when I started like taking it a bit more seriously about riding, and I started taking days off like sixth form to go riding, and then competing and this, that and the other, and then I got brought into like the school office, and like attendance is 40%, and if you don't sit your exams you can get a fine, so you have to sit the exams, and I haven't been there for like half the year, sat the exams, got terrible results and everything, but I just thought, well, I'm just going to do BMXing, that's what I'm going to do. That's it, and I was earning enough that I needed through BMXing, and I thought that's the way it was going to go, but I was always into cars at the same time, and yeah, ended up leaving sixth form, and then I went to work at Halfords part-time, and then just did my BMXing. Yeah, it was, that's it, and then just thought that's how it's, I never thought YouTube was going to be a thing.
What were you into cars even though you couldn't drive? You know,
no. I think it's a BMXer thing. You know, when you're young, you're into BMXing, you're into messing around with them, customising your bike and that sort of stuff. And then as soon as I could drive, I wasn't really like a big car geek before that. But then as soon as I could drive, I was like, right, I'm going to customise my car now.
What were your first car?
Ford Fiesta. 1.1 litre. No, yeah. It was a Mark III Fiesta, 200 quid it were. And
what colour was that?
It red, and I sprayed it matte black with some rattle cans on the driveway. Cut the springs on it, put Ford Capri wheels on it. I stripped that whole car to bits and put it all back together because I was just like, I don't know. Do you know, if you give me a remote control, I'll pull it to bits and just like look how it's done.
Cars, when I just as electrical, rather than get it lowered or cut springs, you know what I did? Built a toolbox full of old spanners and stuff. Got me and my dad to lift it in build it, dropped it down that low. Like, it was close to that.
That's
slow car. The car wouldn't move because I had all this box.
That's it.
But it made it look mean. I just used to sit outside the house.
That's it. I think if you're into bikes and stuff, you're more like, you're going to be into your cars and that sort of stuff. And I think I was just into cars then. I used to mess around in summertime, like dick around with our own cars. How can we make them fastest for the cheapest price? And we just used to do everything, you know.
So you definitely have massive income to get on it.
Yeah, well, we used to do it. We had like no money. I had like
You used to work at Alfred, so you imagine how many. I had about 40 convents on it.
I remember like one weekend we took my exhaust off the Fiesta, smashed out all the cat on it, straight piped it. We thought it was the greatest thing on earth. And like,
what were your dream car back then?
I've always wanted, to be fair, I still want now. Always wanted a Lamborghini Murcielago. You know, yeah, I've always wanted one of them V12 natural aspirated. I still want one now. Like, I'd love one.
Going up in value rapidly.
I know. If I could find one which was crash damaged, I'd love to rebuild one of them. It'd be sick. It's I don't know how it's going to end up, but like in Germany, to modify a car, it's a nightmare because everything has to be like TUV approved for stuff. So they don't really do many crazy mods for, like in Germany and Europe. Like if you buy an exhaust, it has to be TUV approved, so it's not going to be anything wild. If you're getting splitters on your car, it has to be TUV approved. Anything has to be TUV approved. Whereas like America's wild, you can do what the hell you want to your cars over there pretty much, you get away with it.
What are the set rules in Germany then?
Yeah, it's just everything has to be TUV approved to be on the car, which is...
So 80 Schnitzer, that's...
Yeah, so 80 Schnitzer is TUV approved, but then it's, because it is, and it has to go through testing and stuff, and it makes it so expensive.
Yeah.
So the car modification sort of scene over like in Europe is not as big as what it is over here, and I think that's why a lot of people like watching the channel from Germany and Spain and stuff, because they're like seeing stuff that they wish they could do over there, but they just get in trouble for if they did it. And I watch a lot of American stuff because I love how they just don't really, a car's a car, it's just nuts and bolts. So they get a Lamborghini straight away, they're stripping it apart, straight piping it, and they don't care because they can do that. Whereas I think here people are a little more conscious of what they do because of warranty, finances, insurance, and it's...
Yeah, if people have got finance out on a car, they're not going to start chopping it up.
That's it, yeah, that's it. And it's a little bit more held back here, I think. And that's like when I got the Lamborghini, I started doing stuff to it. There was half people like it, half people think you're wild for what you do. But
is that the best car that you've had, that then? Like, would you say?
For me, it's like like, yeah, it was like my dream car at the time to sort of like get and own. I never thought I'd have like a Lamborghini, but it's.
Do you not find it funny that when you're driving about it, you don't feel real that you've got a car?
Oh yeah. It still doesn't. When I open the unit up and I see it, and I'm like, I can't believe that I have that, and that's
as a kid though, you'd be think that'd be a dream thing on it as well. You know, and then when you've got it, you'll probably be looking at other stuff now, thinking, what can I get that's better than that?
Yeah, this is the thing. I think a lot of people aspire to have like a Lamborghini, or they aspire to have. They're chasing something, and if it's materialistic, you can never win, because you'll know it yourself. If you, I always thought, oh, I'd love to buy a Lambo, and I don't know when I buy one. But then when you buy one, almost like even like a month afterwards, you're instantly thinking, oh, I'd want an Aventador. Like you want the next thing up.
As though the Lambo's not good enough.
Yeah, but that's the way the people that buy Lambos are the people that like manage to sort of make the goals reality sort of thing, are never going to be sort of happy with what they've got, because the way they've got it is they've chased the next thing up over and over and over again. Yeah. And if I got to the Lamborghini and thought, that's it, I'm well happy with it, and this, that and the other, I'd never move forward, because you're happy with what you got, and you sit in that same position, and I'm never going to get an Aventador, I'm never going to do this, I'm never going to buy the house I want, because you're happy with what you got. And
it'd be nice.
Yeah, that's it. It's almost, I think, regardless of anything you do, the journey is so much better than the actual destination of where you get. Just to example with like we did that trip to Monaco in the Bentley. The actual trip, we had so many more memories of driving there than when we actually got there. We got there then, it was done, like, and it was the same thing with everything. The whole journey of me buying all these cars and doing everything, and it was so much better than the actual day I picked up like the Lamborghini, for example. I picked up the Lamborghinis.
Do you think it'd have been as good of a trip if you were doing it in any car, or just because it was that car? So it could have been any car, it'd still make the trip.
Yeah, I think any car. You can go in whatever car. You could have a £500 car and do the trip. You're gonna have as much fun as you would in whatever car. It's
you see a few of them that do like it's not a gumball, you know, when they get like these. Is it like a banger?
Yeah, like a banger rally. Yeah. I'd love to do that.
Rally.
That's it.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome to do that.
We did one when we went to Scotland.
Yeah, that'd be
like an old Jag, and that was dressed up like the old Toy Story.
Yeah.
And that were all dressed up, and it had Woody and Buzz and Snoopy,
that's
and
it.
Like a really, really good time.
And that I think that's why, like, you know, when I've got these crash damaged cars, and I think what my YouTube does as well as it does, is because the journey of actually rebuilding it is better than actually when it's rebuilt. When it's rebuilt, it looks nice and everything, but I'm like, well, that's it now, it's done. But actually rebuilding it, you're so excited to
even ordering
rebuild
parts.
it. I know, yeah, you're ordering the parts and this, that, and the other. It is so exciting doing it, and then when it's done, it's done. And I think everything with like. I was trying to explain this to my missus about buying the Lamborghini. I was like, I don't know why, but it's not as I expected it. I think it's because in my mind, years and years ago, I'd already bought a Lamborghini in my head. I was like, knew I was going to do it one day, and I was going to buy one, I was going to do this and that, and I'd had it in my head for so long that I was going to do it, and you sort of visualise it, and then when you do it, it's almost like you've already done it, because you visualise it so much in your head that it's going to happen, that when it happens, you've already done it.
You just don't feel anything special anymore.
I know, yeah. It sounds horrible, but it is.
So you see the car done before it's done.
Yeah,
so
that's
like
it.
Towing,
Like,
isn't it?
I think, yeah, that's it. 100%. I think if you visualise something so much in your head, it will happen. Like you've got to sort of implant it into your head, and it will happen. You
see the result and what you can do with it, you know.
Yeah. This thing I heard before, like, you know, when the skiers are going through they're going through like a forest and they're dodging all these trees and they're going dead quick and everything, and the skier doesn't look at the trees, because if he looks at the trees, it'll hit them. But if the skier is looking at the place he's going, then he's not going to hit any trees, because he's so fixed on where he's going. He's not concentrating on the bad things, not concentrating on what he's going to hit. And I think that's with everything. I think it's
a good quote, that. It's like,
yeah.
It's like why does a dog lick its balls? Because it can.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. If you could, you would.
You need to get that.
Would you though?
Yeah, you need to get that.
I'd give it a go.
If you could.
You would.
If you could, you would.
What do you think about that as well when you've got like fast cars and stuff? If you use them regular, it becomes novelty wears off so quickly.
Yeah, that's it. That's the other thing. Yeah, if you're in it every day,
Yeah.
that's the thing. I try not to. I try and stand back and think. Yeah, that it's. Like, I'm around so many cars all the time, and like even now with the Maserati, I drove it here, but I just don't think anything from it. I just think I just drive it.
You're not even excited to drive it when you like.
Well, not like massive. I just drive it. It's just here. It's done, and I think that's the guilty thing about it. You spend so much time around all these cars, and then they become normal.
Does your missus ever say about you talking about cars all the time, or do you try and have a switch?
Oh,
off
she's into cars as much
Is
as
she?
I am. Yeah, she loves them. Yeah, so.
Would you happily talk about cars all day long as well, or sometimes do you like to have a breakaway? That's probably what BMXing will do for you.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's hard, isn't it? Because, like, it's like a chef. If a chef goes to work, then the last thing they want to do when they come home is cook because they've been doing it all day. But
Stripper, innit? Stripper comes home from work.
She's not going to start stripping that.
yeah, but I'm gonna take them off again. But I think I don't know. I think what I do, I'm so addicted to do it. I literally could do it all the time. Like, because what I do was my hobby, and now it's my job. I could do it all
It
the
must
time.
be nice to do something like that.
Yeah.
All the time, constantly.
The only thing is that I can't turn off. I can't like
On a night, you're
switch
just thinking
off.
of what else you
Yeah,
can
that's the only thing I get stick for from my missus is that she says, "Oh, I can't turn off. I can't like."
do. Switch off from
Yeah,
just, have a
can't.
couple of days away just as a break. And
Yeah, that's
you're there
it.
looking at parts on the internet.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, if we go on holiday, I'm thinking, what can I film when we go there? Like, I can't switch off, and that's the issue. But
So you-
it's hard to do that.
So active all the time.
Yeah,
Thinking, doing
yeah, I
things.
can't shut down. Like, I don't go to sleep till about 2 or 3 in the morning, and then I get up at like, well, depending on what. If I'm really excited to do something on the car,
10,
I'll
11.
get up early. But yeah, yeah. It depends. If I've got something to do on the car the next day that I'm excited to do, I'm up early doing it, and then I just can't. I can't go to bed because I choose to go to bed. Like, I have to be tired. Like, you know.
Mine's got switched off on it.
Yeah.
What do you enjoy doing most with cars when you get to a certain stage with like just when it
I-
starts coming together? What bit do you start like?
Favourite part is when you get them, straight away from auction, when you get them and trying to work out what exactly happened and who owned it before. That I think.
Do you always try and work out?
Oh, I love it. I love it. You know when you get a car and it was somebody else's car and it.
They've left
like-
CD in.
Yeah. That in the S3 it had like an absolute banging CD.
Kenny Rogers.
Yeah.
Kenny
You're
Rogers
just trying
in
to.
Lamborghini.
You just got to try and work out what has gone
Yeah.
onto this car, and then it's finding out the damage. I think that's the bit I enjoy the most, definitely.
Finding what damage it's had.
Yeah, actually rebuilding it. I
It's
almost
a bit like on
forget.
Tinder that when you find out what passed to a girl.
Yeah, that's
exciting
it.
point, innit?
That's it.
Then once you know all about what's happened in her accident, don't pass it. So.
Yeah. No, I love that part of it. Like, I think a lot of people give up because of, like they read negative comments and stuff. But I don't know. I think, yeah, I've had negative comments on like a lot of stuff, but not like. It's always been more positive stuff than negative stuff. But as long as you find it funny and you can laugh at yourself, then it's not going to offend you. But yeah, there was. Yeah, that's it.
What, like yourself?
Like, you've got to be a bit special to comment on a video something really negative about someone.
They'll
Like,
love it though.
but and then also you don't want to give your time to them by replying to those people as well, because that's what they want. So although sometimes I do read comments and I'm like, oh, that frustrates me so much what he said. I'm like, don't reply, because why am I wasting my time trying to convince somebody that his mind's already made up, and there's so many other people giving positive comments, like they deserve the attention more than the people who are giving the negative ones. So
you find it harder at the beginning to put the negative comments behind you, because at the beginning I bet you were like, God, I'm dying to make
Took them personal.
yeah,
but now you're a bit more professional.
I used to reply to like all the comments, but yeah, there was some that get to you a bit, but I wasn't really like. Just I didn't really. I just always had my head that I was going to get it regardless, and I think you've got to just have a thick wall and be just say that you're going to get it. You're going to get it regardless. Whatever you do, you're going to get people that love it and people that hate it. If everyone loved what you do, there's something going wrong. Like.